I've been away from content for over a year now. I know I posted a video a couple months back thinking I was officially back, but then I gave up again because I didn't know what the hell was going on with my life. But now I'm back and I feel good, I feel confident that I'm here to stay. However, this video isn't just about me, it's about you too. Waiting for the right time doesn't exist. Just think about it. How many times have you been sitting in your room where there was a pile of clothes just sitting there in a chair right next to you that you know you can do right now, but you hold it off for the future? You say, tomorrow I'll have more energy. I'll feel like doing it then. And then tomorrow comes and you feel just as shitty. Like, you push it off for your future self thinking that you'll be in a different state of mind, but you're the exact same. The best time is always now at that very moment. Somebody told me a story the other day. It was a middle-aged guy about 45, how he wasted his entire life just working in his 20s. He had high hopes, wanting to write a book and travel the world, but he didn't do any of it. He was too busy thinking about work, his job, a job that he didn't give a shit about, and that job didn't care about him either. He worked 6 days a week, 10 hours a day, just grinding for what? He gave no attention to his wife, he gave no attention to himself, and he gave no attention to his dreams. If you think about it, someone like that's 25 years. This is when he was 20. He had these high hopes. 20 years old, he's 45 now. 25 years just wasted. You can't get that time back. You can get your money back. All the money you spent, you can get it back. But you cannot get that. You can't get your youth back. When you're young, that's when you have all the energy in the world. That's when you want to accomplish all your goals, when you want to knock everything off your checklist. It's like, who knows? Maybe if he would have spent more time doing the things he cared about, he'd be a top 1% author. Maybe he would have went to every continent in the world and traveled 50% of the countries within it. Who knows? It might be a stretch, but who knows? You cannot live your life with what ifs. What he was saying was that he basically had no real memory of his life up until the point at 45. He was working for promotions, trying to get a raise. For what? For what? You can't take any of that shit with you. Memories, experiences, that's life. It's all about what's in the now. It's all about what's in the now. Just do it now. When you push it off for the future, that future isn't promised. You don't know what's to come. It could just keep getting pushed back, and you will never know what could have been. You could die at any moment. You could die at any point in your life. Think about it. How many celebrities have died in the past half decade who didn't even reach the age of 50? There's so many to count. They didn't know that they were going to die. They expected to have a lot more time. Most people don't expect themselves to die off of anything other than natural causes until they're like past 80. They didn't even get to scratch 25% of their life. They didn't even get to live half of it. And it's gone. If they didn't accomplish the things that they cared about, that's fine. But if they didn't attempt, that's where it's not fine, because you didn't give yourself the opportunity. You didn't give yourself the chance. Everybody knows that the future is not promised, but we don't act like it. But the present, that's promised. You know that you're alive right now. You know that you are in this world, in this life. You know you have free will to do whatever you want, but you don't. I came to the realization that life is all about doing. You sit in your bed and you think all day about what you should have done in this situation or what you could do instead of actually doing. That's what I try to do. I try to stop myself, but I fall into my own trap. I'm trying to get better because it does nothing but waste time. Because you have no memory of what happened 2 weeks ago when all you did was stay in your room. You have no memory of that. It might have felt good, but only because you were comfortable. When you step out and you live and you do, you have a memory. Even if it's something that you don't want to do, you collected a memory, you collected an experience. There's so many times when people ask me, do I want to go here? Do I want to go there? And I know deep down inside I don't want to go. But what am I going to do instead? What's the alternative? Sit in my bed and stuff my face full of snacks. Even if it's not even a good experience, that's a lesson that you've learned. Even if it's a good experience, good for you. Now you have another memory. Now you have another story to tell. That's what it's all about. It's all about doing. Stop pushing shit off. I learned how to say yes. I watched that Jim Carrey movie. I forgot what it's called. Yes Man, I think. That movie like changed my life. Usually when I watch movies, like I'm just watching it to enjoy it. But I've started to think about what I can get out of the movie. Movies are lessons in life. A lot of the times they are. And you can actually take something from it. This guy, I forget his name in the movie, but Jim Carrey basically, his life was boring. It was nothing. He thought inside of himself that his life was good, but everybody around him saw how miserable he was living. He didn't notice it. Turns out he went to some event where he had to say yes, and his life started to change. Bad things happened, good things happened, but now he was living a life worth living. Think about it. That's where the movie got good. The movie was shit when he was doing nothing, because all we saw him doing was going to work, coming home, watching TV all day, and that's it. But once he started saying yes to everything, he started going on dates, he started saving people's lives, making money, learning new things, like so much stuff that you wouldn't be able to do if you just say no and you just decide not to do. What I would do, or what I know people do, is they use the excuse of, I'm waiting for it to get better, I'm waiting for the right time, or I'm waiting for things to be perfect, I'm not good enough yet. You'll never be good enough, you'll never be perfect. You just do, that's it. Like, if you genuinely believe that you're not going to start or finish anything because it's not good enough, you'll never get anything done in life. We all fail, we all are in the beginning stages of everything. Think about it. If Michael Jordan started playing basketball at 6 years old up until he became the greatest player ever, he had all that time to train. But if he in himself thought he wasn't good enough, maybe he doesn't start until 12. And now that's 6 years wasted. Maybe he doesn't become the greatest. Now he's top 45, which seems good, but you're forgotten about. You don't know unless you try. You don't know unless you do it. You grind now. You struggle now so that you can reap the benefits later. You have to make work feel good. You have to make the uncomfortable comfortable. I'm speaking from experience because all my adult years, my main focus was making content. And when I finally got my recognition and reached 400,000 followers on TikTok, it felt great because I kept going and I didn't wait until so-and-so happened. I kept making videos even when I was getting no views. I kept on making videos even though other people cringed. I didn't care. And I got what I wanted. Yes, I quit because I got burnt out because I was making videos that I didn't actually want to make. But when I told myself that I wanted to start it up again, making videos on YouTube, I kept holding it off and I kept waiting because things weren't exactly how I wanted them to be. I told myself I needed more equipment. I needed to wait until I moved out or I had more free time. But that would be months just wasted. I already wasted more months than I needed to, but I can't waste any more. Once I have this realization, I can't keep shooting myself in the foot. This is what I love to do. The earlier I start, the better. Like I said earlier, I don't want to make it to the point where I'm telling stories about what ifs, what could have been, or what I was going to be. All my stories, I want it to be stuff that I lived through, something that actually happened. Don't make the same mistakes I did. Don't make the same mistakes your past self made. Don't make the same mistakes that everybody makes. We have the answers. We have all the answers that we need, but we just don't do it. Finding the answer is the easy part, but it gets tough when you actually put in the work. It gets tough when you actually go and do it. Let this be your checkpoint of change. This very moment is your opportunity. So throw later out the window and just start now.